Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. Now it's real time. Sponsored by Coquel Casino Resort.
Now, just cross your fingers and toes the technology holds out for us. We've got Mike Surdyk from Raymarine. He's actually out there chasing some Chinook around, it sounds like, Mike. The photos that I saw this morning, I thought maybe you would be chasing silvers as well, but it looks like you're having some success up there chasing Chinook around. Tell everybody where you're at, if you can, and how the fishing is this morning.
Good morning, Owen. Very happy to be on board with you guys this morning. We are in Neah Bay, Washington, as far northwest of the continental U.S. as you can go. And we're out here in our favorite place chasing king salmon. You can just see how beautiful it is out here. I got my dad on the camera this morning. We're fishing inside of Tatoosh Island right now. We've been here for a few days with the family fishing. We've had some amazing conditions and stellar fishing. We come out here and we really like to do our shallow water king program. That's what we call it, right? Is working the kelp, working the beach. You can see we've got our big Islander rods over here, and we're trolling big cut plug and whole herring right now looking for these fish. Been a great trip so far, Owen.
Well, from being a Northwest Oregonian, it looks to me like you're fishing with fly rods, but you're not. He's not. That's how they do it up there. One of the photos that you sent in, he said that you're fishing cut plug, herring, and Rhine. If you have a chance, pull that photo up. You're using some huge baits. Are those blues or black labels?
Black label, baby. Black label.
Wow.
Yep. And we're studying the maps. We're looking at the sonar. You know, I've been coming out here every year for about 25 years now, and so we've really learned that the bigger fish that we come out here to target are in the shallow waters. In fact, I think right now we've got a rigger at 25 and 35. We'll bring the riggers up to 15 sometimes. We'll cruise around. We'll look for birds ripping on the bait and get in the mix. And yeah, it's been awesome, man. This has really been a great fishery for us. We've heard of some really good fish caught this morning. None for us yet. The tide's just starting to push in. We're really actually hoping one of these rods blows up while we're sitting here talking with you guys.
Well, this is when it's called in the TV world, stretch, baby, stretch, because I want to see one of those rods bounce as well. And watch. I want to watch those one-to-one reels, you know, grinding on those things. I got to ask the question since I've got you on, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
And you know what the question's going to be. Why is it that up north, that there's such a difference between what we like to use down here and what you folks up there like to use when you're talking about those one-to-one reels?
You know, it's a Canadian thing, eh? The guys up there in Vancouver, and you go up farther north, the Central Coast, Port Hardy, Rivers Inlet, Hackeye Pass, Queen Charlotte. You know, these are the reels. In fact, if you had a Dakota or a high-speed reel up there, they laugh at you. So really, it kind of stems from motor mooching, right? Having an 8-ounce sinker with a cut plug herring rolling against the kelp. Now with these bigger, stiffer rods, we can load them up in a downrigger. And really, I think it levels out the playing field, right? We like to feel everything when we're playing these fish. You know, there's a big pork drag in them. So once you're hooked into a good fish, it feels really, really good.
That's really, I've always, you know, I've asked that question from different folks over the years, and everybody says the same thing. It's kind of a Canadian thing, so yeah, it's kind of weird for us down here. But they've got to be fun, a little bit different, because he does fish, obviously, with level lines too, I would assume. But yeah, it is very interesting on the different regions on how they like to go after them. Okay, so you mentioned that you're fishing in relatively shallow water. Is that something that everyone is doing up there? I mean, is that the primary target? Is that shallower water, or is there deep water adjacent that you can target as well? Or why does it really work like that?
You know, it's really old school. You know, back 30, 40 years ago, before downriggers were around and everybody just kind of motor mooched, a lot of fish were caught in, we call it lane one, right? Lane one is anything from 30 feet to about 50 feet. Lane two is 50 to 70, and then lane 3 is anything 80 feet or deeper.
Okay.
90% of the guys out here right now are all fishing 80 to about $120. Hardware, flashers, hoochies, you know, you name it. We think we enjoy running bait. We brine our baits, we cut plug them, we run them whole, and really we enjoy running them straight up, right? So no flasher. When we're hooked up, we like to feel nothing but the fish, right? Just you and a swivel between the fish. So that, and really, we look at our numbers over the years. Primarily, the bigger fish that we've caught out here, the 30, 40s, pushing 50s, have all come rolling big baits against the kelp, working structure. You know, seeing seeing what kind of bait it is. The fish have been full. When we're cleaning them every night this week, they've had a pretty good arrangement of little needlefish, little 1.5 firecracker herring, and some of them yesterday had some bigger 6-inch, 7-inch blue label, purple label herring in them.
Wow. I mean, that's a full-size herring, everyone. If you're unfamiliar with the color range, black labels are huge, purple's even bigger, blues are just a little bit smaller than the blacks. So, I mean, that's a good-sized bait. Would you say, though, you mentioned that some of the folks are fishing deeper and they're running flashers and hardware. Are you trading for bigger bites as opposed to more bites?
Absolutely, yeah. And handful of our buddies out here, people we know have been out fishing this lane. They've been getting their fish, and there's a lot of, we call them cookie cutters, right? 12, 13, 14-pound hatchery fish right now. The fish we got on 4th of July with my mother on the boat, we caught in 30 feet of water, 20 feet on the downrigger, and it was just shy of about 25 pounds. Just a beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Up here in Neah Bay right now, the regulations is starting on the 4th is 2 Chinook per person, hatchery or native. So really, we are up here trying to target some bigger Fraser River fish, some Chilliwack, Columbia River, upriver brights. We get a mix of all these different runs of fish going into the Puget Sound and then fish going, down to the Columbia River.
Yeah, well, do us a favor. Leave the Columbia fish alone, will you? Catch everything else and leave our fish alone. I'm teasing everyone. I'm kidding. Everybody has the rights to them.
Yep.
Okay, so if I didn't take the time to ask the question from the representative from Raymarine, I would be missing it. How are you fishing it right now, utilizing your Raymarine units? And which ones do you run on your boat?
Yeah, so right now we've got a 16-inch and a 12-inch Axiom Pro on our boat. We'll have you scan up to the front of the boat there. That's our main 16-inch. We hang off of the bulkhead. We're running a split screen with charts, platinum charts, and high chirp with the 275. And then on the rear deck of the boat back here, this is kind of the sweet spot, right? So we got another 12-inch back here, and what this does is when we're back here running the rod zone, when we see fish and we see marks streaking up to the sonar and bait, it keeps the guys running the rods back in the mix. Yeah. So TM 275. Low, high, wide. So we do have a low frequency when we're out deep dropping for lings and halleys. But for this shallow water program, we've got the high, wide chirp going, and really you can actually see we've got our downriggers here. We're marking our downriggers as we're fishing, and we'll watch these marks, Owen, as we're trolling along here. We'll see these salmon streaking up, and we'll call the shot even before the rod goes off.
What's your preferred setting? And I'm asking this for myself. Do you utilize any different screens on your fish finder than the one you just showed, what we would call more of the standard screen?
Yeah, we'll run the side vision sometimes. Yep, we'll start when we're really on the hunt. We'll use both the RVM 100 and the 1 kilowatt at the same time, just so that we can see how big of a footprint we can look at. As far as some of the sensitivity settings and the gain and the range and all that kind of stuff, really, we leave a lot of that stuff in auto. We've kind of proven the theory about having big sonar in shallow water spooking fish. That's just not the case, right? We've caught lots of big fish over the years running that big transducer in a high chirp frequency. So I got a really nice bait ball formulating on the screen right now. I'm really hoping we can get one of these rods to bust for you.
Yeah, we'd love that. Matter of fact, Mike, I'm not sure if Ryan may have told you, but we're going to be running that secondary clip that we filmed with the folks from Portland Marine and Electronics after we're done talking here. So we're going to learn a little bit more about the transducers as well. Because I've been I play with it a lot, Mike. I've been going from the big transducer to the smaller. I can't remember the numbers, but playing with that, and I haven't noticed any difference. Luckily, though, the boat's been very, very fishy, so that's a good thing. When it's on the water, at the very least, it's been very fishy. Okay, so how long are you going to be spending your time there in Neah Bay? Are you going to be? Are you done after today? And also, how long does that fishery go for those folks that might be fishing that area or maybe live up there that want to get out there before it's done?
Yeah, we've got one more day of fishing tomorrow, and then we'll start working our way home. This fishery just started here. Father's Day, third weekend in June. So it opens third week of June, and it'll actually go all the way through September. So really unique fishery here in Neah Bay. It's a little tricky to get to, right? You guys coming from Seattle got to take a ferry, and and get a place here on the Macaw Indian Reservation. But it's just totally beautiful out here, Owen. I mean, you've got all these different rock outcroppings. Right now, we're fishing inside the straits. So that island out there in the distance, that's called Tattoosh Island. And then once you take a turn there, you can start going down the coast towards La Push and Westport and what have you. So we're working the inside cracks right now, trying to figure out something to happen, and probably going to make a move here after we hang up with you.
Well, hey, man, thanks for spending a few minutes with us and just giving us a quick glimpse of the beautiful area that you get to fish up there. Yeah. It doesn't happen always, Mike. You're getting closer. One of these times we'll have you on live and you're gonna go ahead and get one. But hey, again, thanks for spending a few minutes with us and your support for GPS as always. But good luck. Get some fish today, okay?
Hey, good talking to you guys, Owen. You guys have a great week.
You too, bud. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. All right, we're going to cut to a quick break. When we come back, we got a quick package that we're going to be showing you before we start another live interview with Michael Laffey from Coquel Casino and Resort. We'll be right back.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.